When classic meets fun, that's when delicious, juicy fruitiness is born. New.
Fanta's energy is in Fanta's style. Try this personality. Do you want to, friends? I have some really bad news for you. Today, parasites are attacking our village. They appeared because of an unlucky experiment in the lab, and now they're heading straight for our village. The attack will happen in 3 phases: easy, medium, and extremely hard, just like zombies. Our mission is to stop the parasites at any cost and save the village, me and the villagers. Well, I hope we can handle this. Hey, villagers, where are you? As you know, parasites are attacking our village. Where are you, you rascal? Jay, I heard everything. Is there any news, or should we just go pick some fruit and level up? You're crazy, but the parasites are really attacking us. I saw it on the news. They'll probably arrive by evening, so we still have some time. After that, I'll go level up with you and even take you to mediation. Don't worry. Go ahead and gather Heterosia, but what, are you out of your mind? Always joking around with your independent streak. From the chemistry department, or maybe somewhere in between, parasites are going to attack us. Every lab is like a lion, so it's good. We need to start building up the walls, and we'll make them as strong as possible everywhere. By the way, parasites have one weakness. They're deathly afraid of fire. That Koa will tear them apart. Also, we need to remove any unnecessary structures, because the smaller the fortress, the easier it is to defend. So, you just keep demolishing houses. My house is in the center of the village. We're just demolishing the warehouses. There's no need for a gym in this village. The fortress walls will be made of diamond, 4 layers thick. I hope this will be enough to stop the parasites. The fortress walls should always be kept very low. That way, it's easier to target them. So, if we write this command, a diamond wall will be ready, and nothing will be able to break through it. How many should we install? The walls need to go pretty deep. It's obvious. You don't even need to say it. If you want to make it deep, just make sure it goes about this far down. That should be enough for me. Just don't let them start digging up the ground. I think I messed up a bit in some of the calculations. Actually, I made quite a mistake. The finished village is now completely surrounded by diamond walls. Now we need to set up various traps, and then rate our creation on a scale of 10, though we haven't done that yet. I guess it's become a habit for them. Of course, we'll ask the subscribers, too. Friends, after we've built all the areas 100%, go to the comments and rate it on a scale of 10. As far as I know, some of the parasites have even given it a 3. If we don't like the new village, there's no benefit for the patients at all. After all, since they're parasites, they develop really fast. By the way, it's not just a joke. Even a dynamite explosion can't break it. The only thing is, we have to install it by hand. And finally, we're done. And it actually took a lot more time than I expected. Let's not talk. Let's check it out with our own hands, just like you said, to see if it's really sturdy. I hope the Chinese didn't trick us with this glass.
See, I told you. Yes, it's as strong as a presidential decree. They really thought through this new application. Even if you can only use it once, it's enough to destroy an entire offspring. In other words, orders come down from the sky, and unless you're running an experiment, you'll have to run away. Well, I'm ready to proceed. The offspring should kneel before my genius. That's just how it is in history. The button's job is to break Arvin, but it couldn't handle it. Maybe this little mat will help. Good, but they just walk around on it in the Qurans. We always make more than them. That's why we need it.
In Spain, and besides, the higher we build this, the better. I'm figuring out how much space Envar's face will take up with his neck. And add a poem to Poland. Now we'll do some more manipulations with the ratio, so we can control it from below. Now let's check. Let's see if the piston moves or not. Does he really know? None of this makes sense to me. It seems like there's a mistake somewhere. You don't trust modernism, and if it drags on, I'll straighten it out when I sleep again. So, does everything work at this speed? You are. What is this? Just put everything on the board in this way. All the mistakes must be related to the board's port. And if you know how this works, the boards can't just float in the air. They need some kind of block. In our case, the boards themselves are passing through this block. If you break one board, the rest will follow right after, like dominoes. I'd also recommend following the advice inside the board. The admin's position was equal to M. At least you shouldn't have to do that part manually. Anyway, what we have is a Parasite Crusher 5000, not a regular crusher. This one grinds, it eliminates. Even if they have less of it, there's still a bit of protection. For redstone, it ended up looking like a gun. Look, parasites hate fire, right? So, the new invention clearly isn't liked by the scientists, and it definitely isn't liked by the parasites. But you went and burned the Celeran, you fool. Whatever, there's not much time. We need to hurry. The parasites will be here soon, so we need to surround the village with these as quickly as possible, of course. We also need to set up a ration system for all of them, and of course, we have to install extenders too. But we should use as few extenders as possible, because where the extenders are placed, the flamethrowers won't work. This, in turn, directly affects the protection of our base. The village is ready, we can show it quickly. This mother and her people will crush all the parasites. The EX type, just don't turn it off too soon. It's working while running, but everything around it is dying off. That's what they said. We need to slow down the release of those orbs, so we have to slow it down, otherwise it won't work. The third one was convenient. The test did not have 2 fire rings. Okay, now this time the mangrove is burning in place. But now it would be good if we stopped the forest fires. We will put out the problems practically. The problem is solved. I found a fire extinguisher, and with it the work goes much faster. So will we do it this time too? We will use the door scientists. I think you understand what kind of a problem I am. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. There's a reason why Dalen is the master of his desires. The reason is that they are culturally ONDH, which means our fiery defense won't harm him at all, and you'll have a very strong shield, and the scientist will be just as strong. But Bragg, your glorious days are still ahead. That's why yesterday... Actually, it would be great if the first colleges could get past the wall. This mechanism does exactly that. Look, if you set the instructions, it works perfectly according to the rules. But if it sees a different color, it protects itself. Breaking it apart isn't a problem. That's fine. We'll do it that way. We've started building. We'll also install the pumpkin. And of course, we'll set up the troops too, combining what we have with the rations. There's no specific role, but when we run the second wall, there's another benefit. Even if they just stand there, they'll naturally help defend our base. Yeah, exactly, but now we have to rebuild everything from scratch. When the opponent's strongest side is fire, it's possible not to wrap the market in the app, maybe even the max, but whatever, we'll wrap it anyway. Parasites aren't really prepared for these kinds of explanations. For 1,000 years in the village, how do you get to the catapult in the corner? Reno da, and now if we install the extenders, everything will be ready. Ross is also reporting. A lava ring has been added in front of the fiery people. Yeah, naturally, I'm exhausted from carrying things up at night. This time, the multifaceted village isn't a problem. After all, we have Sticky Kyrgyzstan. Why didn't I know about this? Turns out I had it myself and ended up rich. If the stickiness hurts, well, check it out. I think everything's working. Even the ancient parasites are starting their attack. That's why you need a mechanism that searches for weapons really fast. This time, it changed a bit. Now it's enough to just walk over it, and you just need to leave 1 block between each catapult. Now everything should work. Alright, let's check it one more time. This time, everything's perfect. Now I need to think about how to get to the top of the fortress, and I have an idea. It's an elevator, but for now, I don't really know how to use it. No worries, I'll figure it out. Our spirit this time is unbreakable, no matter what. What a mess, but after a quick audit, I understood everything. To use it, you have to do it like this, done. Now, you just need to place this block and set how many levels it should go up. It can't be just 1 floor, so I'll put the same block at the top and set it for the 2nd floor. The elevator 3000 is ready, and it works great even on this national tray. There's nothing missing for the messenger of Allah either. I pushed it all that distance with a piston. Yeah, the Britannica sections. Oh wow, 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 wow. And my weapons are ready too. So, we're not completely prepared to face the parasites, but we're getting there. Don't forget to rate this fortress in the comments using a 10-point system. Welcome to the fortress. We're waiting for the parasites.
Builder's photo.
I think it's time. The parasites should already be here. The battle has started. Let's hurry. Let's hurry. We're taking the elevator up. What are they saying? Something about a 3-digit code. If that's what it is, let it drop. There's only one life left on one side. Damn, they're flying all around us. Subscribe. I'll wake up my weapons. Get back. You scoundrel. It's working. Thank you. I think I switched out the right items. Otherwise, we would have been marked for sure. Let's get the dough and weapons ready quickly.
His condition, sister, is serious, even in the institution.
There isn't much information left, but these troublesome scoundrels, this group, they create attention just for that. You have to use calcium, certain romances. Every year everyone gets a hat. Only Jacer has even managed to look at it. These bio-scoundrel parasites, in the poem, they're fiery people. No, I've encountered them. I even had the ability. How nice, it'll be even easier to get rid of them. What he said was true, definitely, but they're very tough. Don't let them break up Egypt. For now, everything is under our control, but the first phase for the bot is deep scoundrels. These wicked children, too, are on the ground. For the leaders, YouTube, you are free from the fire. The good ones, the neighborhood doesn't matter. But for me, you won't last a day, scoundrels. Right, I think we've managed the first phase. We need to prepare for the HI phase.
The second. SSB.
Like currents, there are a lot of them, just a little bit reactive. 30. That's exactly what got on my nerves. They just want to tear everything apart, whatever's left in the village. Now we'll throw it out too. The letter of credit is supposed to help, as if, but there's still so much oil. It doesn't matter, even if it takes until morning, I'll break them apart. If only I had known they had such a great weakness, we would have struggled a lot. I think the Alliance, or whatever, maybe an oil radiator, should be accepted in the plots. The so-called smokers haven't forgotten the good ones either. I criticize Heiser for that. Even his confidant got involved in this. Who else is there? In the second phase, there are noticeably more of them, and you don't have what they have. Your parasites develop much faster. It was already inevitable for them, but at the time, it was killing them very slowly. But look, for the Mongols, studying management won't be easy. What if the nation is left behind? The scoundrels, just let them do their own thing, deal with your own hosting, it's understandable. There's no one below. Let's see what happens when someone new comes in. In short, I think these sounds don't exist, said E.G. If you've got your own parasite, I think everything just exploded. Yeah, the third phase is blood.
The third. SSP.
They twist curses with their tongues. I think in the albums they should have put a flower for the third phase. Today, the spirits that used to fly are gone, they've lost their meanings, and there aren't many scientists left to turn fact into logic. If everything is built, all these scoundrels will get their advice and passports taken away. UF Akhmedov should stir things up, everything will disappear, our boxers will hold on, and hope itself is both responsibility and going strong. It excites me. He's great, deliberately building his fortress, but it doesn't matter. Halfway through, he often wobbles on the road, looking like he's just going through the motions. But these guys didn't make it. Communication in Chile is strong. I seem to be a powerful witness deciding things, with someone who knows well, but the scoundrels haven't had time to adapt to anything yet. Today, our poems are like rain. Everything is good for now. Even truly close ones are happy in the scene. Almost no rivals left. Even LED lights have joined in. I think we're the winners. It really feels that way. And finally, the sun came out. It looks like we've won. There's just one thing I don't understand. It didn't have the mobility to drive. Alright friends, don't forget to subscribe.